Amber, and thank you so much for watching my February flower bake video. I'm very excited to share with you how I made this February setup, and just maybe fun to know, I made this based on this setup from 2 years ago. So we did some improvement, we made some changes, and I'm very excited to share with you guys. But before we start setting up, let's first flip through my January setup. For this theme, I think I told you in the last video as well, but I decided to keep my 2023 theme based on the cover page, and I decided to keep that through my January setup. I'm really happy with how it turned out. I am obsessed with the mirror effect, like, it's amazing. I keep like flipping the page in order to see like the mirror effect actually happening. It's way better in person than it is on the screen. I'm very happy with how this theme turned out, and I hope you like it as well. But for now, let's set up February. I'm starting with outlining the 02. And with some editing magic, these are colored in. Then it's time to grab a smaller fine liner. I believe I used a 0.3, and I start sketching out the rose. Over every petal line, I go twice to make it a bit more messy, which, if you know me, you know I like that. And yeah, just going over it and filling it up as far as I wanted to go. I sketched out these little circles to act as my guidelines to know about where I want a flower or where I want something, so the composition feels nice. As you can see, I also don't perfectly use these guidelines. I just do whatever feels good to me. Then I also add some little daisies, and I tried to make them as easy as possible. I'm also adding some lavender and some little leaves and branches. If you want to see how these flowers are actually drawn, please see my February video from 2 years ago. Here I explain every flower in depth, so you can do it too. This video will also be linked here in the video, and I will also link it in the description. So basically, I keep filling the page with flowers and make sure that they're a little bit mixed together, so it's not only roses and daisies at one side, but actually nicely mixed. It looks like it's taking forever, but it's actually quite fast to do, and it's also really easy and relaxing to do. You can really lose track of time when working on this, which I love. As soon as this page is done, I start coloring everything in. I'm starting with a dark pink for the roses. I'm working on a base layer, but I'll go over everything later again to make it a little bit more dark and add shadows. For the exact colors of the Tombows that I use, please see the description. Then I use a grayish blue for the lavender. And for the outlines of the envelope. Then with the yellow, I highlight the daisies to make them pop a little bit more. And lastly, with the green, I am coloring in the leaves. Adding the last bit of green actually really makes a page pop way more than I expected it would, but I actually really love it. But the fun part about this is that you can do it with every single color. Make the roses yellow and the lavender pink. Do whatever makes you happy, honestly. With some editing magic, I cut out the page and now I'm starting on the backdrop. I don't know about you, but I've always wanted a kitchen with a pink backdrop. This is not gonna happen anytime soon for me, unfortunately, but a girl can dream. So for this, I was inspired by those pink tiles that people have in their kitchens or bathrooms, and I'm just obsessed with it. I also made sure to give it a little bit of shadow to make them pop a little bit more, since, you know, pink is such a soft color and doesn't really pop by itself. And that's it. That's the cover page. So now we can move on to the monthly calendar. I'm starting off this page with lining out the name of the month. And with some editing magic, these are colored in. Next up, I'm starting with drawing the outlines of the flowers and envelope. And I'll be sure not to talk too much during this part because it kind of speaks for itself. And yeah, so please sit back, enjoy. Now the outlines are done, I am using some washi tape to tape off the sides to make sure that when I draw the backsplash, it will have a crisp edge. So I'm drawing these beautiful pink tiles again. Giving them their shadow. peeling off the tape, and I'm using some of it to draw the swatches on the side. I keep using the same blue, color in the envelope, the lavender, and highlighting the calendar. And then it's time to color in the rest. Now everything's colored in, I'm numbering the days and underlining the highlights. And I drew a little heart on Valentine's Day. But that's it. The calendar page is done, and I move on to the mood and habit tracker. I'm starting off with drawing the pink tiles on the left corner. And then I'm outlining and working on the titles again. And with some more editing magic, these are colored in. Then I'm grabbing a smaller fine liner and writing the word tracker. Numbering the days of the mood tracker. And drawing the little circles for the habit tracker. Now that these are done, I'm starting with outlining all the flowers. Again, these are the same flowers, so I won't get into it too much, but it's very satisfying to watch, so I'll shut up and you can enjoy. As soon as everything is lined out, I'm coloring everything in. While watching this, I just realized that I really do like the theme without the tiles in the background, but with the tiles it just feels way more elevated for some reason. I can't explain why. That's just a random thought I had. But now the tiles are finished, we can move on to the last page of the setup, which is a line a day. I used to do gratitude trackers, but sometimes there was just not enough space for me to write what happened on a day. So I decided to change it to a line a day and give myself about 2 rows to write about my day. And sometimes they get filled, and sometimes it's just, I'm happy I got to sleep in line. I just write down whatever feels right for me, which is, you know, everyone their own thing. I don't do that well with journaling and writing too much, but I might get into it at one point. For now, I'm happy with 2 lines a day. I also was contemplating whether I should highlight everything, but I felt like highlighting every other day felt a bit too much, so I left it empty so I could just be my writing, and I think that was a good decision for me. And now that a line a day is done, I'm finally ready to show you the flip through. I am incredibly happy with how soft and gentle this theme turned out. I was a bit stuck on how I could use these flowers in a way that I hadn't done before, and I also didn't feel like I had seen that often, but I think I managed to do a good job. At least I'm very happy with all the pastel colors. I think somehow I succeeded. But yeah, I hope you guys liked it and that you got some inspiration out of it. If you got inspired by this video, maybe give it a thumbs up and maybe even subscribe. At least thank you guys for watching, and I hope to see you in the next one. Bye!